All right, very well. Yeah, me too. I don't know if I told you, would like to share something, well, a bit personal, but I had some recently I had some problems to sleep. I mean, I could sleep, but I didn't feel that I had the rest that I needed. So very often I felt so I would wake up and feel so exhausted. Like it doesn't matter that I slept 7 or 8 hours. But I feel like I always needed more sleep. I don't know how to what to relate it to or how to solve it. And then I started reading, and so something that I try to do, I think I did a combo because I started going to the gym more often these weeks. Um, I try to eat healthier. Um, and also I've been doing some vitamins, I just read about one that is called, or I don't know if it's exactly a vitamin, but it's called GABA, and it's like something that helps your brain just to shut down when you want to sleep, and also helps you to be calm during the day. Yeah. Um, Besides of this, I also took well, I was taking a what's it called? Okay, omega 3 and magnesium. So I've been doing all this, and it really helped me. Like I don't only sleep better, but also I feel more relaxed during the day. Like for me, sometimes if I have to make a difficult decision, or like for me it's easier, to take that decision. I don't postpone difficult decisions anymore. Yeah. So the good thing is that these are not like drugs, these are just natural stuff, I believe. And yeah, I feel really good, no side effects, and well, in case uh you would like to sleep better, I think that's something that really helps. There's some people who do yoga, there's some people who again exercise, they run a lot. And yeah, food, if you avoid like junk food is much better, I think. So yeah, I'm feeling like I have a better quality of life now because I sleep well, I do more during the day, and I don't feel like overwhelmed, yeah, so I'm feeling a bit better. All right. So well, okay, we were talking, right, how we're doing today, so I just wanted to share with you. All right. So we're going to have today a class. Remember that we learned already some useful grammar to express yourself in a more vibrantly way, like colorful way, right? Um, so we also learn how to use grammar, advanced resources in grammar like inversion, to make you sound more advanced, and also to emphasize or make it more dramatic as you wish. So right now we're going to start debating, right? Yesterday we had a debate on this audio. Do you remember the debate we had yesterday? Well, it was just a short. It was a listening, but it was a short debate. Do you remember?
Yeah, about the sportsman and the Kardashians.
Yes. So if it's fair that these famous people, influencers, athletes, they make all this money for just being famous, And we discussed that some people are famous, like they deserve it. Maybe they are amazing, they are so talented, but sometimes do you have people like Kardashians? You have people like, I don't know, Hilton, for example, Paris Hilton, and you wonder, wow, but she is, why are they rich, just because, I mean, why are they famous? Just because they're famous, there's nothing else, we were discussing this. So we heard yesterday that some of their opinions could be that these people work hard, that they maybe they don't work hard, but they are smart, the way they take advantage of what they know to do. So today we have different debates. And let's see, what can we do? Because it's often used. Uh, all, Debating is usually we could the difference between debating and arguing. What do you think is the difference between debating and arguing? Because that's what we're going to do today. We want to debate. So what do you think is the difference between both these terms? Any idea? Like, what marks this line between debating and a fighting, arguing?
Arguing is fighting.
Fighting? Can you repeat the
Arguing,
question, please?
arguing is fighting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, arguing could not. I mean, fighting usually is more violent, but yeah, arguing is similar to fighting. It's a heated discussion. Is Arguing is when you're mad, right? So I think I already told you one thing, right? But what do you think is another difference between debating and arguing?
Okay.
Maybe arguing is more negative,
Hmm.
and the debating is more is likely to discuss something.
Yes, that's
Depending
right. It's more
to
constructive.
yeah.
Debating is more respect to the other person, the opinion of the your form to think, and arguing is more aggressive.
Okay, very well. How, what would you do in order that your debates don't become arguments? What do you think people should do?
The first thing is hear, listen
Mm-hmm.
the other opinions and give yours in order to see if you accord in one thing. And arguing is this is my point and not yours, and I think that is the point.
Okay, very well. So, debate, have you ever debated with, I don't know, maybe a group of people, maybe with your workmates? Have you ever done it before?
Actually, today we have a meet with my boss. If you remember, I have some problems to interchange some ideas, but today was good. We debating, give
Mm.
our think what we think that we have to do and how we gotta do, and it was great because we get and how do you say un solo punto de vista,
Mm. Okay, one
one
point of view.
opinion.
Okay, very well.
Today was productive.
Okay, that's correct. So every time you work with a group of people, I think that debating is something you must do. Like when you're at a meeting, the exchange of ideas, um, there will be someone who has a different opinion, right? All right. So debating, like we're going to do today, um, has different benefits. It can help a lot to develop or to enhance the abilities you already have. And we do it as humans for several reasons. Some of them are the critical thinking, right? To think about multiple perspectives and you can develop this critical thinking. So usually we test. I think that is something good to test what you believe, what you think, against reality, against data, against other people's opinion, right? So I think that's something that is really necessary to really know why you think something, because sometimes I think we tend to in our lives we could tend to take some decisions or to think some things just because that's the way we thought they are, you know. I don't know if you get my meaning, but usually from our parents, from your environment, you could get some um ideas which could not match maybe the reality of some things, right? But that's one thing, you know, critical thinking, the sharing of the ideas, and trying to have that introspection to see how you're doing, right? Also, it helps you a lot with public speaking. I don't know if any of you have to deal with public speaking, like maybe there's this public relations in many companies, public relations department, and they have to talk to hundreds of people sometimes, or to a big group of people. So usually, that's how you can defeat some shyness. That's one advantage of debating, right? Also, well, you would need to develop your research skills because you need to um, present facts when you're debating. Um, well, also to use some persuasion to be persuasive. What do you understand? You understand persuasion? Yeah. All right. So you need to that the point of the debate, we could think, is to interchange these ideas, but you support one point, right? All right. And teamwork sometimes too, right? So if you debate with some other people who share your ideas, I mean, you imagine you're at the debate, like in the case of Oscar. So maybe he had some colleagues or workmates that thought like him, and then there were some other people that were not on their side. This happens very often, for example, between syndicates and companies, or between groups of workmates who are unhappy or would like to change something. You know, all of this really enhances the teamwork atmosphere. So, well, also helps you to be more empathetic. So it helps you a lot with empathy and with understanding the other person, right? So maybe after the debate, you realized that there were some things you didn't think before and that are worth consideration. Yeah. So this is something that can help you. It really helps for something that we will use for many years in our life. So here I have some topics, and we're gonna see which one we get. Usually the topics we debate about could be, I don't know, maybe more complicated or easier than we are going to see here. Here we have something that it's very difficult to get an opinion, right? So what I wanted to do here is like, I don't know, we could just try to go on one side and just try to defend this side, you know. Now you have a clear opinion about this, you can say this. What I would really like is to have a debate here so that if someone is if someone is pro with these ideas, we can have someone who is like someone who finds cons of these ideas. So we're gonna spin this wheel and see what topics. You see, these are a bit complex we can get to talk about. So in this case, we're going to talk about first the death penalty. So before we start debating about this, try to consider the next points when you debate. So one of the recommendations some people give, some professionals in this, or they say you need to first try to define your audience. Like you need to be sure who is going to hear your debate, right? Who are you debating with? This is something that politicians do, right? In many countries right now, there are new elections for a new president, and they will start debating, right? So usually when you hear these politicians, like, I don't know if you like watching the presidential debates, but very often they they attack each other. They know their audience and they know who they're talking to, which is the public on the TV or all everyone in the country and the opponents, right? That's why they show like pictures. Look, this is the big house he got with this money, or look what he did to the taxpayer money, you know? So one thing is to define your audience if you know like who you're going to talk to, so you can connect with them. The other idea, good idea, is to commit to a single claim. While you can give different aspects of why you think the way you do, there will be usually one or two strong arguments you will use to defend your thoughts. So try to commit to a single claim because several claims could make your argument a bit weaker. It's surprising because we could think, okay, if I give you different arguments, so you will be convinced. But weak arguments, several weak arguments end up not being that strong as one or two strong arguments. So that's one recommendation. Then, so you should structure all your arguments about that claim. So you should try really hard not to talk about other topic that is not the main topic you want to do, the point you want to make. So that's one thing. Then some research you can think about. This is not what I think, but this is what the data says. So you can give more strength. Well, you need to address your arguments flaws the same way. So you should say, okay, you know, I think this. I know that many people think that I'm wrong, or that many of you could think that I'm wrong. But you can think that I'm wrong because of this, and this. But let me tell you what I think and why I think the way I do, right? So it's really useful that you address your argument's flaws and you are able to, because I mean, if you address your argument's flaws, here you have a great advantage because your opponent will try to address your flaws, but you will do it before. So that's a way of um unarm the opponent, you know, like he has these weapons against you, but you already are prepared for those, right? And then you can try to answer directly, then also avoid some so what we call in English the fallacies. You know what fallacies are?
Like a liars.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I can think about examples of fallacies. I don't know, maybe some generalization, right? Or attacking the person instead of the argument. No, you are a Democrat. That's why you think like this. Or you are a Republican. That's why you think like this. Or, you know, people like you always think, you know, this kind of like when you try to, instead of defend yourself or trying to attack the argument, you're attacking the other person, right? Which is like something that many politicians do during the TV debates, right? Instead of talking about something, they are attacking each other. Yeah. Another thing you need to avoid is making assumptions, right? Like always trying to communicate with information, with real data. All right. So now considering this, you can try to think about death penalty. We're going to see some vocabulary that you can use when you want to give your opinion. All right. So let me show you here. So you try, I would like you to be on one side. All right. I don't know, and it doesn't matter if you have a different point of view. For example, in my case, I'm not against death penalty, but I would be able to be like just for this exercise, just for the class, I would be able to be in against death penalty, you know? So try to do the same because maybe some of you have some values and like what you believe, but I would like to see that not everyone thinks that death penalty is wrong. Well, if not, we cannot have a debate. All right. So, what is this vocabulary that I wanted to show you? Let me see over here. All right. These are some collocations that you can use and try to use them when you give your opinions in a moment. All right. So here's some vocabulary you can use. So I would like to ask Flor, can you read the first sentence, please? Or Gabriel, can you please help me read the first sentence? Okay, maybe Chenny.
It's here.
Okay, Javier, please, can you help me with the first sentence?
Okay. Talk on ideas. Talking about talk. I honestly think we can win the March tonight. Not I strongly think.
Okay, good. So here the expression is, I honestly think.
And
So you give
honestly
your
think.
opinion. Good. Chenny, could you help me read the next sentence, please?
The second sentence, right?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to invest in your business or not, but I'll give it some thought.
Okay, very well. So that's another expression. Give it some thought when you need to consider and need time to think it. Thank you. Saul, can you help me read the next one, please?
Okay, say,
Bear in mind.
bear in mind that trees are often delayed to fly during bad weather. Remember.
Okay. Yes, it's something you can say, bear in mind, like to remember, like keep in mind. All right. Oscar, please, the next one.
Okay. It's common knowledge that Jane is looking for a new job. Everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone knows. Good. We check now. Flor, are you there? Okay, Flor and Gabriel are unavailable. So I would like to ask Jenny again if you could help me read the next one. It's my teenage.
Okay. My teenage son hasn't yet grasped at the importance of revising for exams, understood how important something is.
Exactly. Good. We see revising for exams. Revising. Okay, thank
Revising.
you. Let's see, Javier, please, the next sentence.
Number four, right?
I take the view.
Okay, that's it. Now, I take the view that we are all responsible for our own actions.
Good. We say responsible.
Responsible.
Good.
Responsible for our own actions.
Yeah, good. I take the view. Good. All right, Saul, please, the next one.
It's a foregone conclusion that Jamie will win the race. Absolutely certain.
Good. Okay, so foregone conclusion. Thank you. Oscar, please, the next one.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I've got a rough idea, general idea.
Exactly. Thank you. We go back to Chinny. I don't subscribe.
I don't subscribe to the theory that nature and nurture are of equal significance, but it is not a widespread belief. Hold this
Yes.
opinion generally held view.
Good. Thank you. So that's subscribe to the theory, like to just to think, hold that opinion. All right. Widespread belief. Widespread. Yeah, like everyone believes this. Okay. Javier, could you help me with the next one, please?
Yes, teacher. Opinions are divided as whether water mother of young children should go out to the work or not. But is my firm conviction that different things suit different families.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, very well. So we have these expressions you can use now that you think about your ideas. So now let's think about this death penalty. I would like you to think if you had the power to eliminate death penalty, would you do it? So you see we are using already some grammar that we checked before about the conditionals. If you had the chance, you had the power to change the laws in the countries where death penalty is reality, would you do it? Would you change it? So try to think about what you believe. And I would like to know your opinion. So who will be in the case for, well, when I say, I could say the case for is that you agree, and the case against is if you don't agree. So who is in the case for death penalty? Like, do you agree? Would you like to raise your hand? Okay, so who is against death penalty? No opinions.
And for me, it's difficult.
It's a hard topic.
Okay.
I
This
think it also depends the case
Exactly, exactly.
because to some extent, death penalty is not like maybe it's better for someone to stay in prison forever. Is is like the most serious.
Mhm. That's true.
My point of view, I think the death penalty is could be correct, but on judicial system,
Mhm.
no that prepare for this penalty.
If like the law is unfair, the system is unfair, so applying the penalty would kill many innocent people or people who don't deserve it, right?
Yes,
Okay. Well, that's so you sound like you're against.
It depends of the thing that the guy do. I nobody is got to take the life of someone, but when that someone take the life for another, I know children, woman, wherever, maybe he has to deserve it. But I don't know. We don't are God. I remain that. I don't know. It's very
What I
very.
want to do here is like politicians. I want to polarize you. I want you to be I don't want you to be in the shades of gray. I would like you to be or you're in or you're out. Because well, usually death penalty is for yes, it's for serial killers, it's for rapists and people who do horrible things, terrorists maybe. We know that, right? In case of death penalty, it will be for very serious crimes, not if you stole mm, I don't know, food from the supermarket, right?
yes.
So
If the law confirms all the crimes of the executed a criminal and is a serial killer uh,
or rapist.
or rapist,
Hmm.
I think this God is I accept. I agree.
You agree? Okay.
And I
Yeah.
think it reduced the violence in the countries that they allow the death penalty
What do you mean
because
with that?
they think twice if they are gonna commit that crime. It's not like here in Mexico. They committed every day, and they know that if you were in jail, they're gonna get out.
Yeah.
So in
They
that
like,
countries that
yeah,
the
my
death penalty,
relative's gonna pay me out of the
yeah,
jail.
exactly. So in that countries, you think twice if you do that crime. It's my opinion.
Okay. What do you
In
think,
my
Sal?
in my opinion, I will prefer that the jails uh, will be more hard with a criminal. In Mexico, the jails is the same to hotel.
Okay. Okay, that's one thing. Then should we replace death penalty with life sentence in jail? With life in prison? Do you think it's a better idea? But I want you to imagine you're the ones who take the decision. Like
You know,
imagine you, it depends
I
on you,
think
Six.
stay yes, I think staying in prison maybe will make that a criminal change himself and to be a better person.
Mm-hmm. Good. So
But
Chini is against.
it's also sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, continue, please.
Um I think in some countries this penalty is like maximum punishment.
Mm-hmm.
But if we give death penalty to some criminals, maybe they only suffer 1 second, But if they stay in jail, in prison for a long time, it's like a long time torture for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they can suffer too much.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think if someone wanna be in prison, like it's a it's to win for him, like to be in prison. Because some people, when they have a long time in jail and they go out, they don't want to go out. They want to get in because,
They don't have a
again,
life outside jail.
exactly. So if someone do a really bad crime, like if someone commit a really bad crime, I think it's better the penalty because this person is costing a lot of money to honest people. Is this working every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then if these people feel comfortable in jail, so it's like, yeah, with Laurie, I make a lot of things, and I will be in jail for the whole of my life, and eating 3 times a day, making exercise in the yard, and knowing a lot of people. Then my life is solved. It's solved.
And they
No,
feed me.
exactly. Eating three times a day. So
Exactly.
I think it's gonna depend the situation, obviously, but I'm really according with this death penalty because if people know that if they commit some crimes that in fact are with death penalty, they I think they will be they will think better before doing anything like that. Say, no,
Yeah.
man, I won't be in jail. I will be fucking
Mm-hmm.
dead. So I won't do that again. Or maybe I won't do that. Maybe I prefer to do that, to commit that crime that is jail only or whatever, but not do the other one. It's
I
something I think.
Yeah, that's true. On the other hand, yeah, like some people would find like, when you kill them, like they don't receive. Maybe that's the thing when you think about the amount of damage criminals can do. Like you think about, I don't know, someone who torture another human being and did horrible things. So killing that person doesn't actually make him suffer because, well, at least in the U.S. when I think that these chemicals they inject in their vein, it doesn't make him suffer. So he's like he just dies, so peacefully. Well, in some way, right? On the other hand, like thinking like he's going to be all during his whole life in prison, it could be a greater punishment, could be, right? But the thing is that, yeah, there's also um the taxpayers' money, right? Because like you said, these people's gonna eat 3 times a day, and basically you're paying like I don't want to say like a hotel, but you're paying him a room where he's living, where he's sleeping, where he's receiving food, where he's, because in the end, criminals also have human rights, right? And governments don't want to break these human rights, Um, so I don't know. I think that this is a good thing. So I think Saul is um I think Saul is in the case for he agrees. Oscar, do you agree or not?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Jenny believes in rehabilitation. So person can better themselves, can learn valuable abilities in prison. They can um go to therapy. right? They can become better human beings. Okay. Because think someone who commits a serious crime like this, I don't think their mind is working, right? I think that some of these people should have received help a long time ago before they committed those crimes. So, and Javier, do you agree or you don't agree?
I don't agree.
Okay, so we have two people who agree and two who disagree. That's good. That's what I wanted um to have, like not everyone on one side. Okay. All right. So, at the beginning, I would tell you that I was uh almost convinced that I I agree with that penalty, and then you made me see some other points that now made me think twice. Okay, let's see other hot potato topic. Okay. By the way, I wrote it wrong. It's assisted suicide, not assisted. Assisted suicide. By the way, this this sound, the celebration and everything, it's for every option, but it's a little bit creepy that it sounds with this topic. But so what is assisted suicide, I don't know how we call it. We call it another way, right?
Euthanasia, so was like that.
Euthanasia. Euthanasia. Yes. Okay. So is this legal in your countries? Euthanasia?
No, in my country, no.
In my country, no.
In my country, no.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Just imagine this again. It's a very hard situation, but imagine that you have a friend, your viewers, a relative, maybe someone you love, and they are suffering because they have a chronic pain, maybe a chronic disease, like they are suffering, or maybe they had an accident, and the person maybe could live, but they would live I don't know, like a vegetable, they wouldn't be able to move and have a normal life, and until I want to die, help me. So you think that this is nice decision? I mean, not nice. I mean, that's not a good word to use, but do you think this would be a good decision? Do you think that governments should make it legal?
In a sense, I agree about this topic, but I think to have the the put a rules about uh, around to this decision, like the first to take to the decisions go with psychology and art tramic to about this decision.
Mm-hmm.
But in I agree about this topic.
Okay, you agree with assisted suicide. Okay, what do you think, Oscar?
I think in the case of if the person is in a vegetal situation, it even is not alive. It's an artificial life. He suffer, or maybe yeah, he is not here. I think is a good thing to do that. But if the person is conscious and they say, "Please kill me," as I say, we are not God, and we don't take a life for another human.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, again, I am confused. But I think when it is in a state of vegetable, it's a it's a good decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now there's many people who want to commit suicide, right? A lot of people have mental issues, emotional problems, crises in their lives, and sometimes they think they don't have any remedy, right? So they want to commit suicide. The problem is that they could do it, in a way. I mean, dying is dying, but sometimes the way they do it could be so they could really cause themselves a lot of pain, or they could put in danger other people, right? For example, if they crash their car or they do other things, right? While if assisted suicide or euthanasia was legal, people would just go to these assisted suicide clinics and they would ask someone to finish their life in a peaceful way, right? Which could be a service that many people could even try to find, like I've heard some things like from in some countries, right? For example, in Japan, like people commit suicide, like it's something very common for I mean not common, but many people do it because they can deal with the how stressful life is, with the uh social pressure and everything, they put on them. So what do you think about it? Now, this situation is not the person who, is extremely physically suffering, but maybe emotionally the person is really suffering. So what do you think in this
Well,
case? Would
teacher,
you support him? Would
I
you
think
do your thing?
I think I think I will be according. I think I will stand that assisted suicide because at final everyone is responsible for his its own decision. So if it's what you want to do, so it's better you find out someone to help you to do it the best way. You don't hurt another one.
Mhm.
And many times happen that a lot of people that is having depression or anything like that, they don't talk to anyone about that because they know they won't find help. So they just decide to do it um at his own way, and sometimes it's not the best way because like I was seeing like sometime before
Mhm.
a girl in United States that wanted to kill himself. She was typing in X and other social media networks a strange message, and finally she killed all his family, like his son, his husband, all that. Maybe
Mhm.
you say maybe because I don't know what was happening in her mind, but maybe if she got that solution, like one place who can help you, like to finish your life, like in a easy way, maybe she will go, and then when you go, it's not like okay, I go, you here, okay, we help you to kill yourself. No, you here, okay, let us find out what is happening. Let us see if we can help you. Let's
Give
go.
assistance.
Exactly. It's not like okay, you came today and then we make it. No, it's have to pass sometimes. You have to find out if someone can help you more than what you think. If we can find a solution for the problem you think you have. But I think it would be a good thing. I extended this assisted suicide.
Okay, very well. I don't know if did I hear your opinion, Chenny? What do you think?
I think this should be legal in some limited conditions. But actually, I agree with this opinion because I think it's good for those people, uh, especially for those elderly people, like over 80, 90, and they don't have any family member and friends, and they live alone and without any like depending things. And it's also suit for those people who suffer illness or discapacity for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't have a normal life, they can't have a good life like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also like suitable for them, but I think it's not good for those people who just want to die for because they have a bad experience for a relationship of or suffer a big heavy debt, like
Yeah.
those last things for a short time. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be legal in limited conditions.
Yeah. As that seed could sound, I think I would agree too. So people have the freedom to do everything they want, right? So we always say that you can do whatever you want with your body as long as you don't hurt anyone. So I think this should be legal, right? And if someone assists you because you need the assistance, so you are not considered a criminal for helping your friend or your relative. Yeah. All right. Well, so it was an interesting debate. It wasn't as hot, like a hot potato. I think that, or at least these topics, right? Some people have other opinions about abortion, about animal rights or veganism, which we can check the next class. So thank you so much for debating. Thank you so much for your participation today. We'll finish our session for tonight. So take care and see you soon.